The EPL title race is hot. We haven't got a title race since like 2014, so I'm happy we had one because last year City ran away with the league title, 19 points ahead of United. The year before that it was Chelsea, and the year before that it was Leicester. Year before that City, and we have a title race now. We will take that. It's Man City and Liverpool in the EPL title race. I'm loving it. I'm really loving the drama. Both teams played today. My team City, went away to Crystal Palace, a game we won 3-1. I want to talk about that game first, but after, I also want to talk about Liverpool's 2-0 victory over Chelsea. I expected Chelsea to pick up points. Disappointed because they didn't. The last few games Liverpool played, they could have dropped points. None of these teams are able to take points from Liverpool. They have only lost one game this season, and it was against Manchester City. City, on the other hand, has lost 4 games this season, and still we are in the title race. Liverpool, 7 draws, may cost them at the end of the season, but we will have to wait. Liverpool has 4 fixtures left. They play Huddersfield, a game they're definitely going to win. Easy. They play Cardiff, a game I think they're going to win, even though that's a tricky fixture because Cardiff's still in a relegation battle. They play Newcastle, a game that could go anywhere too, but they should beat Newcastle. And last but not least, they play Wolves at home. How fitting it would be that they beat Wolves at home and go on to win the Premier League title, their first since 1989. So I actually think if Liverpool go on to win all their games, they could actually win the title. That's what they need to do. City can't afford to drop points. We have to play Man United. We have to play Tottenham Hotspur. We have to play Leicester City. All dangerous teams. We have 2 other games that I think we should beat. I think against Brighton and another team I can't think of right now. But Liverpool has the easier fixtures. But anyways, we will talk about that at the back end of the video. Let's talk about the 2 fixtures that was played today. Crystal Palace 1, Manchester City 3. Palace are now 13th, 39 points. City 2nd after Liverpool, leapfrog them in, their victory versus Chelsea. So we are 2nd, 83 points. Okay. The first game between Crystal Palace and City early on in the season ended in a 3-2 victory for Crystal Palace on the road. That was a shock win. Remember, Andros Townsend with a brilliant goal, one of the goals of the season. So that lives in my memory for a very long time. I should say that will live in my memory. But we got our revenge. We won the game 3-1. Even though early on in the match, Sterling missed a sitter. Sterling missed a sitter, and I was like, oh my God, are we going to have a disaster on our hands today? But, he made amends. When he scored in the 15th minute, he was released by Kevin De Bruyne. What a pass by De Bruyne, who has had an injury-ravaged season. But when he's fit and going, man, the guy is awesome. He's one of the best in the Premier League, one of the best in Europe. A pass released Sterling. He got behind the Crystal Palace defense and he beat Guita in goal to make it 1-0. 21st minute, Jeffrey Schlupp had to go off. Injured on came Cheku Kouyaté, the Senegalese man, former West Ham man as well. And there weren't much more action in the first half. It was only in the 45th minute when Gundogan lofted the ball behind the Crystal Palace defense. 3 City players got entwined in the whole thing. Kevin De Bruyne got a shot off and it went behind for a corner. City's defense wasn't really tested that much in the first half. Edison could have took out a newspaper and read a few articles because Benteke, Zaha, Townsend did not really test him that much, if any time at all. First half, Crystal Palace 0, Man City 1. Crystal Palace with 22% possession, Manchester City with 78%. Remember, in the first match this season, Crystal Palace won their game with 22% possession. So, but it just wasn't their day. I don't know what plan they came into the game with. When I saw Crystal Palace with Benteke up top, I was like, they're not going to win this game because Benteke has been horrible since he came to Crystal Palace. He was horrible at Liverpool, horrible at Palace. I think he went from Palace to Liverpool, then back to Palace, if I'm not mistaken. But the second half started, City with the advantage. We were bossing the game, completing more passes, more possession. When we did not have the ball, we worked hard, got the ball back. Typical City fashion. And we played really well today. We played really well. 63rd minute, Sterling got in again. This time, there was a really good build-up between Walker, Aguero. I think Kevin De Bruyne was even involved. No, it was Walker, Silva, Sane, and then back to Sterling for an easy tap-in. We were 2-0 up. At that point, I was like, yes, we're going to go on to win this game. We can't afford a slip-up here because Crystal Palace could have been a potential banana skin, in a race to win the title. So, 63rd minute, we were 2-0 up. There was a few substitutions made. David Silva came off. Bernardo Silva came on. It was really nice to see him come on because he missed the game versus Tottenham Hotspur. Aguero went off. On came Gabriel Jesus. For Crystal Palace, Townsend came off. We had Max Meyer, the German, coming on. And things started to click a bit for Crystal Palace. I think it was Ilkay Gundogan who fouled MacArthur just on the edge of the box and give them a free kick in a really dangerous position. And Luka Milivojevic, the Serbian, their penalty taker, stepped up. It was almost like a penalty, like 7 yards or so away from the penalty spot, straight in line with the goal. I was like, this is a very dangerous free kick. He stepped up, got it through the wall, beat Edison, and they were back in the game just like that. A little bit of panic set in for City because realistically, we can't afford to drop any points right now. Pep Guardiola did his thing. He brought Sane off. He brought on Stones, to basically plug whatever gaps we were exposing in the middle of the field there. An extra man in defense. MacArthur came off for Sacco, the forward, and you could see Crystal Palace was showing some intent there. But Manchester City got the goal they needed in the 90th minute when Kevin De Bruyne, he was released, got behind, passed the ball to Gabriel Jesus, who was a bit offside, and he did the rest to beat Guaita. The game finished 3-1, and I was so relieved. Believe it or not, I was really relieved because right now, we could afford a loss. We could definitely afford a loss, but Liverpool has to lose as well. So, if we drop points, we need Liverpool to drop points. We just can't drop any more points. As it stands, if Liverpool win all their remaining games and we win all our remaining games, we're only going to win by 1 single point. So, and I believe that we're going to win the title by 1 point. So, it was a great feeling. We went back to the top, 83 points, 1 point ahead of Liverpool, who had to play Chelsea. And it felt good. It felt really good. But that was short-lived as Liverpool, they defeated Chelsea in their match today. For the City game, one thing I was really impressed with is that Pep Guardiola went back to a very strong and stable lineup. Mahrez out of there, Delph out of there, Otamendi out of there. We had Company coming back. We had Sane coming in. Ilkay Gundogan kept his place for Fernandinho, who not fully fit. Kevin De Bruyne came back into the 11, and it was a more assured 11 there. I felt much better, and the result proved just so. Great win for City. Nothing less than what we needed. On to the next task, which will be to overturn that 1-0 deficit we had versus Tottenham in the first leg of the Champions League quarterfinals. So, we are in 3 more competitions. We have the league, the FA Cup final, and the Champions League. We have our hands full. The quadruple is still on. I don't think we will win the quadruple, but I think we will win a treble this season. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. But well played, Raheem Sterling, bagging a brace there. Patrick Van Aanholt for Crystal Palace, he wasn't really switched on. And Raheem Sterling capitalized there. Palace, they should end the season around 43 to 44 points and try to come better next year. But Palace is a 40 to 43 points type of team. But City, on the other hand, we have title dreams. So on to the next match. Liverpool 2, Chelsea 0. Chelsea currently 4th with 66 points. Liverpool go back to the top of the table on 85 points. I saw both games back to back and it was an exciting match. Mouth-watering prospect, 2 top 6 teams facing each other. A result which is very, very important in Liverpool's title chances. They had to win. No other result but a win was needed. This is Liverpool's most intimidating fixture left in the Premier League, and they did the job. They won it 2-0, courtesy of a big goal by Sadio Mane, who is enjoying his best ever Premier League season with his 18th goal. Like, wow, 18 goals. And a screamer from Mohamed Salah. Late, what was that? What time in the game was that? Let me see. That was actually in the 53rd minute. A pass by Van Dijk. Salah got it. Brilliant individual goal from distance to beat Kepa. Goal of the season, in my opinion. In the circumstance of the whole league and everything, this has to be goal of the season. And with Salah not being in prime form like he was last season, scoring in back-to-back Premier League games now. Awesome, awesome, awesome job. He go up to 19 Premier League goals, tied with Aguero at the top. He's not having the best of season, but then again, he's still at the top of the goal-scoring charts. Wow, go figure. So Liverpool won the match 2-0. After Liverpool went 2 up, Chelsea is like, they got a pep in their step. Hazard went behind twice, hit the upright once and had the other shot, which was a very weak shot, saved by Alisson. We had Higuain coming on, not really doing anything of note. Chelsea were poor. Let's just say Chelsea were poor. They were outplayed by Liverpool, who has been rampant this season. Liverpool had a few other chances to score. Kepa had to come up with a few big saves. But overall, Liverpool were the better team on the day. They have been way better than Chelsea this season. I think this is the 3rd time they're playing Chelsea this season, because they also met them in the League Cup. I think they met in the League Cup twice. They had a replay or something. If I could recall, I think this might be the 4th time they met them this season. And Liverpool has been the better team on a few occasions. Not every time, just on a few occasions. I think Chelsea did knock Liverpool out of the League Cup or the FA Cup. I cannot remember, but I know they did. But Liverpool, once again, having a great season. They had a great season last year, despite coming in 4th, but they have topped it off. You know, they have topped it this season, and they're in the title race. Guys, do you think Liverpool will win the title? Let's talk about their title chances now. Liverpool currently on 85 points. They have won their last 5 games. City, 83 points. They have won their last 9 games or so. They both got momentum. They definitely got momentum. Liverpool's final 4 games, guys. They play Cardiff. They play Huddersfield. They play Newcastle and Wolves. I actually think, now I think about it, today, Liverpool will go on to win every single remaining Premier League match. All. They're going to win all. They're going to end up on 97 points. They're going to win all their matches. Manchester City, 5 matches, 15 points available. 15 points. Cannot afford to drop a single point. Not one. Cannot afford to drop a single point. If we drop 2 points in a game, we will lose. I think we will lose the title by 1 point. So we have to win all our remaining games so we can go on to win it by 1 point. We play Tottenham just after we play the second leg in the Champions League against Tottenham. So that one's going to be tricky. Then after Tottenham, we play Man United. Then we play Burnley. Then Leicester City, Brighton. Wow. Those are some tough fixtures. Those are some tough fixtures. If Man City ought to go on to win consecutive Premier League title, it will be a great achievement. It will be one of the greatest achievement in Premier League history because they will go on to win an unprecedented treble. Because I know we are going to win the FA Cup final. No way Watford are going to win the FA Cup final. I'm going to put it on record right now. Call me overconfident if you want. But City are going to win the FA Cup. Already won the League Cup. And we have to win our 5 remaining games. It's going to be really hard, guys. Tottenham at home. Man United away. Burnley away. Leicester at home. And Brighton on the road. Brighton in the relegation battle, so they'll be dangerous. All the games are really, really tricky. I have confidence in this team. I think we're going to do it. We're going to win the title by 1 point. 1 single point. Because I do think Liverpool will go on to win their remaining games. No way Klopp, Salah, Mane, Firmino, Henderson, Milner, and these guys are going to screw this up. They're not going to screw it us. They're not going to screw it up. It's up to us, Man City, to screw this up. I've came to the conclusion that it's up to us to fuck this up. And if we do, which can definitely happen, Liverpool deserves to win the 2018-19 EPL title, winning their first ever Premier League title. I'm going to put that on record right away. It's up to Man City to screw this up. But I'm going to call it City wins the Premier League title by 1 point. But if we don't, Liverpool deserves it 100%. And I will congratulate them wholeheartedly. So I will continue making videos on the remaining Man City and Liverpool fixtures. If Man City play today, I'll wait until tomorrow if Liverpool plays the other day to make the video to talk about this title race because it's heating up. It's heating up. I don't want to go on any longer. I already talked about both fixtures, the Premier League title race and all. You know, we have Salah and Aguero. We have Mane. We have Raheem Sterling all up there trying to win the Golden Boot. So it's a Liverpool-Manchester City thing. So, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. How you think Liverpool did versus Chelsea. How you think Man City did versus Crystal Palace. Who you think are going to go on to ultimately lift this season's Premier League title. Guys, let me know your thoughts down below. If you're new, subscribe to the channel leave a like. This ain't easy at all. So just leave a like, appreciate the video, appreciate the grind. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad.